will guide you through the process of creating a simple rule in Nected using databases. So in Nected, you can integrate any kind of database like MongoDB or MySQL or PostgreSQL. But in this video, we will walk you through the PostgreSQL, how you can connect the PostgreSQL database hosted on Supabase. We will host that database in Supabase, which is a platform like a backend as a service platform, which will provide you to create a PostgreSQL database. So we will connect that database with Nected, and we will create the complete simple rule in Nected for that PostgreSQL database. So to do that, we will first go here. We will go to supabase.com and we will go to our dashboard. So I have already created the database and the table to ease of understanding. So you can create a new project from here, and you can choose the organization, and then you can create the database simply. And as I have already created that, I will go to this database, which is normal DB. Now, you can go to the SQL editor, and using that SQL editor, you can create simply like with ease of coding, you can just simply create the table like this. So our table name is greenhouse sensor, which will monitor the greenhouse sensor data like temperature, timestamp, and humidity, light intensity, and soil moisture. So these are our attributes, and this is how we can create the table. And this is how you can just insert the data. Now, make sure that it only allows you 20 rows at a time. So you can add 20 rows in a single SQL code, and then you can, if you want, you can add more and more more and more rows. Now I will share you as well that how you can uh, add more rows by using UI. So here you can create the table editor, and here we have our table. Now, this is our table. You can see simply that this is our sensor ID, this is our timestamp, this is the temperature, and everything else. So here, what I was talking about, that you can click here on insert, and you can import the data from CSV. Uh, if you have a CSV data in your device, so you can connect with that as well. You can import the data from there as well. So now, as we have created the table, we will go to settings, that is the project settings. And from here, I will go to database. Now, in the database setting, we need this connection info. That is the host, the database name, the port, the user, and the password. I've given the password for this database, so I will need the password. If you are not giving the password, then it is not required. It is completely optional. Now we will coming back to Nected. Now what we will do is we will simply go to integration, and from here you can connect the database whichever you want. If you want to connect the MongoDB, you can connect it from here. You can connect MySQL. You can use PostgreSQL. So that's all. And I have already connected the database. So I will just click on here, and I will show you how I have connected that. So this is the name of my database, which I have given here, and as well as here, right? So this is my table name, greenhouse sensor. So that as well as my PostgreSQL database. So now I will go to the database section, and I will copy the host. Simply, I will copy the host and I will paste it here. See, this is the same host as we were seeing in the Superbase dashboard. Now for PostgreSQL, the default port number is 5432, which is here. Now our username was also Postgre. So see, the database name and the username is same, right? So we need to copy that as well, and we need to paste it here. And as I was saying that I have created the password here, so I need to give the password here as well. Now if I click on test connection, see, it tested successfully. Now, if you're creating this for first time, you need to publish in staging, or you need to go to the production and you need to publish in production. So I have already published this database in production. And after doing that, we need to go to the data sets. And I mean, dataset is a smaller version of that bigger table. Means it uses like this. Like if I have 1,000 rows or 1,000 columns, then if I have 1,000 or more columns, then I can simply need two or more columns only to create a simple view. So I can select only those columns from this dataset section. So I can click on here to create the dataset and I can select the databases I have integrated here. So I have created the database greenhouse sensor. So I will select the greenhouse sensor. And after clicking that, this type of interface will be appear. Now, here I need to write some more SQL code, some simple SQL code to select only those rows or those columns from the bigger table. So I have selected the complete table, and if you execute the node, it will, if it is correctly written, that means the SQL query is correctly written, then you can see the table here. And after you can see it is success, so you can then publish it. Now, if I go back and now I will go to the rules section. Now the main thing appears here. I need to go to create rules. I will click on simple rules, and here I need to give the name first, that is greenhouse. I can give a description, is greenhouse, uh, maybe censoring. So yeah, this is now it's completed. Now I will need to add source. Now I can simply click on custom input attributes. It is already selected and I can select anything from here. Now I can not delete, I cannot unselect this one. So you can add more attributes from this custom attribute option. And I have connected the database as well. That is the greenhouse dataset. Now I will click on next, and here I can add fields. But let's say if we are not adding any fields. So here what we have right now is the property, is the operator and the value. And we can convert into a group. We will talk to later. Let's see if we can do this. Now here I have selected the humidity that was present in that database in this table. Yeah, it is present here. It is temperature, humidity, light intensity, and soil moisture. So I will select humidity. Now, as it is a numeric property, so I can select a numeric operator. So I'm selecting between. So let's now see from where the humidity data is given. So I have sorted this table using humidity. So the humidity value is from 57 to 64. So let's give it 57 to, let's say, 63. Now I will add a condition. I can add an add and condition, or I can add an or uh, connect condition. So I will click on and I will select another property, that is, let's say, temperature. So giving the same numeric operator, that is between. Now I will see the range of temperature as well. So I will sort this table according to the temperature. So apply sorting, close this. Okay, sorry. Okay. It is from 24.50 to 26.70, and it is also numeric value. So I will give it 25 to 26. 25 to 26. Okay. Now I can simply come back to result. Now I will add a data that will show if the if condition satisfied. That means our rule has been satisfied. Then it should show some data. So I will add a string here. I will write success in data, and here I will add an else part as well, which will show if the if section is false. Then I will add simply failed in data. So here it is. Now we will test it. We'll try to test it. Now see, it is saying that you do not have any input attributes configured. So what is the case? This is because I have added the dataset, but I have not created any input attribute. So I need to create an input attribute from that dataset. So I need to add the field. So what I will do, I will name it as temperature. I will connect from the greenhouse database or dataset. I will add a mapping. I will connect it with temperature from the greenhouse. Now here is some other options as well, that this field can be null or can be optional. So I can select these or I can just simply ignore them. Now I will add humidity as well. I will connect it with greenhouse dataset. I will map it with humidity. Now I will save this, right? So now I need to select humidity from input attributes, right? It's the same. And yeah, now it should work. Let's see. Yeah. Now I'm giving this a value 25.2 and let's give the humidity as 60. Now let's test it. See, our rule tested successfully. That means there is no error in our rule. And the key name one is success in data. That means our input data is satisfying our rule. Now let's see by giving a lesser temperature. Let's say giving 24. Now test it. See, our rule tested successfully, but it is showing that failed in data. That means our rule has completed, but the data, the input data is not satisfying our rule. That's why it is showing failed in data. Now, here is a section called actions. So what is actions? Now I can simply close from here. And if you see here, it is showing that add actions. So what is this? I can select the data set and I can add some more SQL code here to add some actions. That means that if the rule is satisfied, then I can add some actions. That means if the rule is satisfied, then it will perform some task. So I can add that as well using this section. So right now the database is not have any action. So I will simply let it be as it is. Now, let's add another group. So let's convert this as a group, let's say, and I will add an or here, and I will add, let's say, for that I need to add an field as well. So I will add a field like soil. Okay. So here I will connect the data set, give it to soil moisture, and I will save this. So I will add the property soil. I will add, let's say, greater than. And now let's see how soil is given here. So now sort this table. live sorting. It is from 0.50 to 0.70. So I will write here it is 0.60. Okay, 0.60. Okay, now let's test it again. The temperature is 25.2, the humidity is 60, and the soil is zero point 0.5. Let's see what happens. Let's test it. See, it is showing that success in data. And this is why, because the temperature and the soil is in OR operator. So if the temperature satisfies the rule, then it will show success. If the soil satisfies the rule, then it will show success. Any of them, if they successfully uh, I mean, they can successfully connect with the rule, then it will show success in data. But if any of them is not true for the rule, then as well it can show success in data. But if both of them are not satisfying the rule, then it should show a failure message. So see, failed in data. Now, if I connect these like 24 and I'm giving this as uh, let's say 65, then let's test it. See, it is showing success in data. So any of them between temperature and soil, if they are satisfying the rule, it will show a success message. So that's it. Now I can close it and I can simply now publish it. To publish it, to publish this rule, I have to test it first. So after testing it, you can see that it is showing a tag that is tested. Now I can simply click on publish. So now the rule is live. Now, as the rule is live, I can simply now click on this thing and I can copy the API. Now, if you need to configure the API, such as you need to add some authentication, you want to add it, some authentication key, you want to make it private, you can do that from here. And you can do this like the body params, and you cannot edit right now it, but if you are unpublishing the changes, then you can set it to true. And from here below, you can add the trigger API. That means how you are triggering the API in your code base. So this is how you can connect the API in your code base by copying this simple code. So that's how you need to do the thing. So we can add the starting date and ending date as well. Like the API will be then only live till the date, till the end date. And here we can see another option, that is order of rule. Now this is needed when you are creating a rule set. Right now it is not that much needed. So I will test it again for one more time. Add this. Yeah. So let's test it. So it is showing success message. So I've tested it and I will simply click on publish. So the rule is now published. Now, if I reload this page, see, it is live right now. See, the greenhouse simple rule is now live. So that's how you can create a simple rule using Nected, and you can integrate with any database like MySQL, PostgreSQL, and MongoDB. You need to connect the dataset. You need to then import that dataset into your rule while creating the rule, and you can add your rule simply, as simple as that. So anyone can do that. If you are not a coder or if you are not a programmer, you can do that, all even though, and it is pretty simple. So try Notion, and I will tell you the next things in next video, like how to create data sets and how to create rule sets. I will create another videos, so I will talk them in those videos. So thank you for watching.